Aftercave. Time is with the animal. It has a politics. On a scale of 1 to 10, rate your level of pain. It's obvious. The whole world is haunted. Consider the disasters and broken spaces. Edge of a hole where a paw marks the edge of our map. A chart of stars to make a course for a fur bird through blue and black, all the hues we love to lack. Our lack is a fence the same shade as ash. Lace is the sound of the unwound gun. See the deer tail bob through leafless trees. I wonder if you miss me the way I miss you. Remember how the ferns made the snow melt the way they were warmer? All summer I followed you who followed the dog. It was natural to follow animals, you said. Sometimes in the woods I still look for you. Under snow, the painted snow, the blood and painted blood. Black hooves strike ice, strike lines perimeter the glass factory. Inside there's a makeshift church. The fogged glass is stain-lit under snow fluorescence. And bread unbreaking, black sky metal cold over the road no one takes home. Huddled together, paint chips eclipse the real moon, or at least what's understood, the sky we stood under. I let myself soften after hunting. There are 4 moons in an ocean full of lead. I thought of taking off my clothes and sleeping with the wolf. I wondered, would it be warmer? I struggled to see how the wolf and I could be different. For now, my theory is that the trees have decided to grow underground, spreading toward the sparkle grid of plasms they say we're floating on. Sticks become their own kind of treasure. We go out gathering. It is evil to imagine the self. What would we dare to picture? What would we dare to make? I grow into a dog. My paws are soft numbers that print upon the earth. The figures grow into letters, text tracks that spell a movement from one shadow self into the next. A sort of evening crescendo. A sense is in the numbers, a type of map. Mud body of blood and claws and ash. A fox came creeping along the horizon. By now most of the trees were gone, dried stalks of weather or crumpled piles of lumber. Somewhere, we thought, there must still be trees. It must be something in the water. But is it here? Can we see it? The invisible air surrounds us as we sketch a dirt house. Here is a kitchen. Here is a chair. We stumble round, pretending to be full, to be drunk and happy. At least we have something to remember. The babies? What will they know? Will it be easier to have not known the blue sky and the tacky quotidian contours of groceries and laundry, the luxury of having mail delivered right to the door of your house? Red yarnwood of frequency, to-do list, turntable skipping. When the planets turned, we began to slow down. The train stopped running and the trucks stopped coming. We gathered in the grove of slippery elm and nursed the wolf cubs we recovered from the shallow grave excavated by the mother, the she-wolf who hasn't returned, who we look out for. When we see the fox, we are momentarily hopeful, but really we always knew the shadow shape moving was too small. Out here, something tricky happens to your sense of distance, your vision. Distance becomes its own sort of wall and everything casts shadows in it, no matter the position or existence of the sun. We just saw millionaires in the gravel. They were still wearing watches, the last gleaming thing along the flesh, their hands silver and dirty turning to forks, clutches. The mirage of women bring us a pile of colorful presents, wrapped and ribboned and spilling out of a hand wagon with 3 red wheels. We spend the afternoon unwrapping them, making the boxes into new houses, filling them with dirt, hoping that birds or worms or foxes would come to find them, us. Tomorrow we will weave the bones of a cormorant into our dresses, and we will borrow the feathers. Nothing gets ruffled and everything is reused. Remember when there were birds, when there was color? Oh, that iridescent black glowing with green and purple. There was something written in it. Today we tend to the tedious business of keeping house and rocking the fetal corpses to sleep, pretending birth can be revisioned, revised, and mended. We ourselves will go without sleeping, keeping vigil, lingering in the threshold of consciousness, waiting for the vision. Black crust spills from the permeable lungs we created by stitching together the scraps of plastic we found among the schoolyard, the concrete mayhem chunked and powdered. But with bits of glitter and foam deep in the crevices where we can reach, we could read, or imagine at least, sorcery of weather, houses, water that runs on command. I give birth to a dog. I make room in the river and the wet. The blood and fur, it is over so easily. We wanted scraps, or paper, to want to write. Becoming the moon comes down slow. Creatures, a coalescing silence, memorized. What calls out, what carries. The details camouflage the crooks. Their fat tears glitter like diamonds. One day the task of counting was proposed. There was even talk of taking names, of making a list. Who would name themselves? When I walk away from the group, it feels like hell.